What's up, guys? We are whipping up something quick here and doing chicken tortilla soup using basically what we have in the fridge. We have some celery, half an onion, a zucchini, some carrots, and some jalapenos. But first, let's go give these a wash. When it comes to making soup, I like to roughly chop everything, kind of dice it more or less, but I like to dice it up and make it bite size or spoon size so that when you scoop it with a spoon, it's pretty easy to scoop up and you're not struggling with it. The only exception to that is like a beef stew. But kind of giving this celery a nice little chop here. I feel like it's been forever since I recorded for you guys. I've had a lot going on, so we'll get to that in a minute here. But using my lid as as my plate because who needs more dishes, right? We have this half an onion here that I used for something else. We're gonna give that a little chop and try to keep the celery and onions about the same size. Just because in my mind celery and onions cook very similarly are very similar. Yeah. And I like them to be cooked down just a little bit more, just to let the celery string to kind of, melt a little bit. I like the flavor, but sometimes the texture is just a bit much. All right, and we've got our carrot here. We're going to trim the ends really quickly and then peel off, and we'll give that carrot a nice little dice. Get our peeler here. So yeah, we've had Coachella Fest here in the desert. We've had, what else? Coming up is Stagecoach soon. It's been kind of crazy, to say the least. And among all those other things going on, work has been crazy, a lot of demands with that. And I helped out at a fundraiser this last week, which was actually a lot of fun, with a writers organization, and their thing is that they like to, it's a fundraiser, basically a profit, a charity that they help support a writers guild and create a place for these writers to come and do their thing without the stress and the worry of like their normal life. So they put them in it's like a camp, basically. They put them in a little getaway camp. They hang out, they write for the day, they kind of commune with each other, and then they get to relax at night in the company of other writers. All right, so we got our jalapenos washed off here. I personally like to take out the seeds and the rind just because I never know how spicy these are. I like spice, but I know mix doesn't do as well with it, so I try to keep things a little bit on the more mild side. I'm not really sure how spicy. It's just a jalapeno, so a few seeds are going to get left in, and that's not a big deal. But we will take out majority of it and then kind of dice these up as well. I haven't been cooking a lot, I will say. When I recorded this, it was like last week, and I haven't been home enough to cook, which really sucks because that means I'm eating out a lot or eating junk. And at the point of this, right now, I definitely need to go grocery shopping, so we'll be grocery shopping soon and kind of doing a refresh. Alright, so we got our zucchini as well. And I think for the zucchini, instead of doing a dice, I'm going to go with a half moon cut, only because I don't want the zucchini to fall apart, and I feel like of all the veggies here, this one would be the most likely to kind of fall apart on me, so we're going to keep these a little bit bigger than the dice shape. But just doing a quick chop here. I know it seems a little bit rushed and chaotic, but I do have my pan already heating, so I want to get these veggies in and starting to soften so that we can get dinner on the table soon. All right, moving on. Got our pan, a little bit of our avocado oil into the pan, and then we're going to add first our onions and celery, just to kind of soften them up first. But some of the carrots are going to jump in, and oh well, they jumped in. It's not going to hurt anything. It's all going to cook together. I'm not too worried about it, but we'll give it a little mix here. I guess technically we're in spring right now, right? But summer is fastly approaching here, and the temperature is rising, so I'm gonna need to find some meals that aren't quite so long on the stove and a little bit lighter. I don't know, maybe we'll do a salad night. Salads are easy. Salads are basically a chop and dump, right? Chop it all up and dump it on top of thing. I normally have a salad for my lunch if I can manage it, but I don't know. All right, so we got carrots, onion, and celery all thrown together in the pan, kind of getting a little bit softer. The onions are starting to go a little bit translucent. We are going to add some of our other veggies, so kind of shoving in the jalapenos. Obviously, if another veggie jumps in, it jumps in. Oh well. Put that in, give that a mix up, and then also you guys won't see me doing it because I'm kind of in a rush in this one to get food out. I do go and take some time to mince up some garlic because I think garlic goes really well in this soup situation. Oh, and we have our tomatoes too, our little Winco can of diced tomatoes. I like to use the diced tomatoes with chilies, but I realized that I didn't have that, so this is just gonna work. And since we have the jalapeno ready, it's not a big deal. Just throwing it in. I think I like soup because you can kind of just throw in everything and it's not a big deal. Like you can legit just dump it in and let it go and cook it, and it'll be okay. So we have our garlic here that I gave a little bit of a dice to. Throw that in as well, and I mean, while we're at it, we'll just put the zucchini too because hey, it'll be okay. But adding all of the components in here, make it nice and easy, and that's it. And we'll let those cook down for a second. I also added in some of our chicken broth or stock that I made the other night with the rotisserie chicken, and that's in the pot, so that's all getting combined and thrown together. We have fresh cilantro here. I love it. If you don't like it, obviously don't put it in. Let me see here, we need to clean off the cutting board. There's cilantro everywhere, so grab a paper towel and wipe this off for a second. Guys, I feel like this last month has been absolutely insane. I was doing so well with making food at home and hanging out with you guys and keeping you guys in the loop, but oh man, I have completely fallen off the wagon. We've been eating McDonald's. That's horrible. So much to the girl at the drive-thru started recognizing me, and we'd have little mini conversations when I'd see her. I was like, oh my gosh, this is bad. I have to stop coming here. But when you're in a rush and you don't have time to make dinner, I guess fast food's how it goes. So we have our corn tortillas. Corn tortillas. I personally like to go to, there's a Mexican grocery store around here that I like to go to, and they make fresh tortillas in-house, and that's my usual go-to, but this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. We're going to cut these into strips, and then we'll fry these up and season these, but something about chopping up tortillas like this made me think that, oh, chicken tortilla soup is basically another type of chicken noodle. The noodle's just made out of corn flour then instead of like wheat flour. So kind of an interesting thought, but hey, why not? Trying to keep these as even as possible, but it's okay. And I think my pot is starting to heat up right there. I just looked back. Alright, so that is definitely hot. We got a plate here, and we're going to put the strips all on the plate. And we'll give these a light seasoning on top of these. So for seasoning... Oh, wait, no, just kidding. We have an avocado too. I just realized I need to chop this. I got a bag of these on sale, so we're definitely going to make the most of it. Look how pretty that is. I love avocados. And that'll be a really pretty creamy element on top. Some good fats. The seed is not coming out, so we're just going to pick it out. Oh, and try not to drop the seed. That's okay. And then we'll peel off the skin. I love the fact that when the avocado is ripe, the skin is super easy to peel off. This is a beautiful one too. And then we'll give it a nice little slice for our soup. So, fun little story, guys, is that remember how I had a car and I was so excited about my car being good to go, and it was in the shop, and then they replaced a part and we spent a couple $1,000s on it, and then we have it home and I'm doing good, and as of today my car is back in the shop and they are trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And at this point I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind. It's been almost a year that I've been going to take my car in to try and get it fixed, and nobody's been able to fix it, and I keep having to go back. So excuse me if I seem a little crazy right now, but I'm at my wit's end. We have our leftover rotisserie chicken. Just gonna kind of rough chop this up so it's a little bit easier. Once again, fits on a spoon. That's the vibe. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Time to season up our tortilla strips. So I have, let me see here, I have chili powder, smoked paprika. We'll do garlic, granulated garlic. We'll dress these up with a little bit of oil to help the seasoning stick. And I'm kind of just measuring with my heart slash, does this look okay at this point? I'm so over it between the car stuff right now, but luckily the dealership gave me one of their rentals, their courtesy cars, so we'll see. We'll see how long they take to fix it for me, but we paid the money, warranty, all that, so got some salt and pepper on it really quick, and we're just going to use our hands and give this a light toss. Oh, man. I thought I was done with this car stuff, and here we are, still stressing about it over a month later, because I took it in, recently, February is when I took it to this dealership, and now we're mid-April. Oh my gosh. So we may get to the point where they say they can't fix it, and if they can't fix it, then I don't know, I guess. Yeah. Oh, look at my soup. See, isn't that nice? If I can't fix it, then maybe we have to look into finding another car that has air conditioning, because unfortunately in the desert, air conditioning is not an option. It's definitely a mandatory thing. We have our bag of frozen bell peppers from Trader Joe's that I absolutely adore. And just going to throw some of those in as well, kind of making it a little bit more veggie filled. I don't mind brothy soups, but I know that Mix prefers a little bit more substance to his, so I'm doing my best to kind of fill this up with more veg and substance than anything else. All right, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute here and let those veggies cook and kind of combine while I oil down our little wok here, and we'll give our we'll give our tortilla strips a fry, just kind of testing out the heat here. I think if it sizzles and bubbles, it's kind of hot enough. If it's not, then we're gonna need to give it another second here to heat up. There we go. I think it's about there, so I'm just going to put these in. You can see the oil kind of sizzling. I start out with a little bit thinking this will be fine and kind of tossing it around, but in reality, I probably should just put them all in together because I just cooking in batches sounds great, but you know, I'm in a rush. We're going to throw it all together. Because why not? Oh boy. I guess you could technically bake these. I've baked these before and let them cook in the oven, and that's totally an option too. But for this, I figured on the stove would be a little bit quicker and wouldn't heat up the apartment quite so much. So we're going to give these a toss, continue to kind of stir fry our tortillas in their pan, and then we will add some of these to our soup as well. Okay, so threw in a little bit of those as well as some of the chicken from the cutting board and kind of mixing in. You can see everything getting a little bit more combined. Some of the cilantro got dumped in, so it went in. It's okay. But everything's looking there. The tortilla strips are starting to fry up. As you can see, they kind of shrunk, and they're definitely getting more crispy looking. So our final part that we will have, since these are just about there, I mean, they're realistically like a fancy crunchy chip garnish, right? But at this point, we're almost there to plate and put everything in our bowl, because this is one of those quick, easy nights where it doesn't take too much. So get our bowl here. We're going to scoop it in. You can see right here in front of me we have some shredded cheese. I did slice a lime as well. And we have our cilantro and our avocado waiting. So we're going to fill this bowl up because this is it for dinner. It's mostly veggies, very little chicken to veggie ratio. So we're going to do a big old full bowl and bring that over. See? Lovely. And then we need to put on our avocados. So we're going to kind of fan this out and make it look super cute, super pretty. But I will be trying to be a little bit better about these videos and getting them out and sharing with you guys what's going on. I may have to switch up styles. We may do a little bit less of POV and a little bit more edited, cut it down, or quick shots, just because, you know, time isn't of the. I don't have as much time. I'm gonna be honest. Right now, I don't have a ton of time, so we're gonna work with it. Put on our crunchy tortilla strips and a little bit of this cheese. Looking back now, I'm like, dang, I should put the cheese underneath, but that's okay. And a little bit of the cilantro around, and then we have lime. Here, I don't know if I want to put it on top, or I'm trying to figure out what's going to look cute here. I don't think that looks right. So, you know what? For this situation, we're gonna, yeah, that looks stupid. We're just gonna give it a squeeze. Or fresh squeeze of lime. That's enough. Fresh squeeze of lime, a little bit more cilantro, and that's it, guys. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully not too far away, but here's a little close-up shot. I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.